Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I'm Anuja Kumar with the Midday News. The headlines. 3 bills including one on Aadhar tabled in Lok Sabha. House also takes up motion of thanks on President's address. Supreme Court seeks response from Centre and Bihar government on issue of encephalitis deaths in Muzaffarpur. BSP to contest all elections in future alone, announces party chief Mayawati. Indian Air Force to continue flying AN-32 aircraft in mountainous areas. And in ICC Cricket World Cup, Bangladesh to take on Afghanistan at Southampton in a short while from now. Three bills, including one on Aadhar, was tabled in the Lok Sabha today. Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad introduced the Aadhar and Other Laws Amendment Bill 2019 in the Lok Sabha. It will replace an ordinance issued in March this year and proposes stiff penalties for violation of norms. The bill seeks to amend Aadhar's Targeted Delivery of Financial and Other Subsidies, Benefits and Services Act 2016, the Indian Telegraph Act 1885 and the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. The bill also proposes to give children an option to exit from the biometric ID program on attaining 18 years of age. Minister of State for Home G. Kishan Reddy also introduced the Jammu and Kashmir Reservation Amendment Bill 2019. The bill seeks to further amend the Jammu and Kashmir Reservation Act 2004. The bill proposes to give reservation in educational institutions and government jobs to people living within 10 kilometers of the international border in Jammu. The bill will replace the ordinance promulgated in this regard. Commerce and Industries Minister Piyush Goyal introduced the Special Economic Zones Amendment Bill 2019. The bill seeks to further amend the Special Economic Zones Act 2005. The bill proposes to allow trusts to set up units in SEZs. It will replace the ordinance promulgated in this regard. The Lok Sabha has taken up the motion of thanks on the President's address. The motion was moved by Union Minister of State Pratap Chandra Sarangi. He said the centre and the states should work together for the progress of the nation.
Centre and state are all partners in the task of nation building. We are not competitors but equal stakeholders in the progress story of our nation. We will work 24/7 in service of all.
Mr. Sarangi highlighted the success of several development initiatives and schemes by the Narendra Modi-led government. He highlighted the positive atmosphere created by the Modi government by introducing the direct benefit transfer, removing middlemen in every scheme. He said the people across the country have reposed the faith and given huge mandate to the Modi government. BJP MP Hina Gawit seconded the motion moved by Pratap Chandra Sarangi. Congress MP Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary initiated the discussion on the motion. The Rajya Sabha is also scheduled to take up the motion today. Newly appointed BJP Working President JP Nadda will open the debate in the upper house. President Ramnath Kovind had addressed the joint sitting of both the houses on the 20th of this month. The Parliament session will continue till the 26th of July. The Centre has chalked out a plan to provide CNG and PNG infrastructure in 406 districts of the country. Replying to supplementaries in the Lok Sabha today, Petroleum and Natural Gas Minister Dharmendra Pradhan said, till 2014, only 66 districts of the country were covered under compressed natural gas and piped natural gas infrastructure. He said the government is expanding it to other cities. Mr. Pradhan said after this expansion, 70% of the population will get clean energy. The government is supporting sportspersons through national sports federations for their training, foreign exposures and competitions to obtain maximum participation in the Tokyo Olympics 2020. Sports Minister Kiren Rijiju told the Rajya Sabha today that under the Target Olympic Podium Scheme, TOPS, customized training and allied facilities are being made available to medal prospects and high achievers. Besides, out-of-pocket allowance of 50,000 rupees per month is being given to the sportspersons included in TOPS for meeting their contingents and miscellaneous expenses. The Supreme Court today sought response from the Centre and the Bihar government within 7 days on the issue of the deaths of more than 100 children in Muzaffarpur due to the outbreak of acute encephalitis syndrome. A bench of Justices Sanjeev Khanna and B.R. Gavai directed the Bihar government to file an affidavit on the adequacy of medical facilities, nutrition and sanitation, and the hygiene conditions in the state. During the hearing, one of the lawyers told the court that similar deaths had occurred earlier in Uttar Pradesh. The court took note of it and directed the state government to file its response as well. The petition filed by an advocate also sought directions for all possible steps to stop the disease outbreak in the earlier epicenter, Gorakhpur, in Uttar Pradesh, and to create awareness about preventive steps and first aid. It also sought a direction to the Centre for constituting a board of medical experts and immediately sending it to Muzaffarpur. The matter has been posted for hearing after 10 days. Meanwhile, in Bihar, a preliminary survey in AES-affected areas there reveals that poverty and malnourishment are key reasons behind the deaths of children in Muzaffarpur and adjoining areas. The superintendent of Sri Krishna Medical College Hospital said majority of the children admitted to the hospital belong to the lower socio-economic strata. The superintendent said 225 children have so far been discharged after treatment. Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has directed the Health Department to speed up the socio-economic survey of the affected families. The Supreme Court has agreed to hear tomorrow a plea by the Enforcement Directorate ED against the permission granted to Rajiv Saxena to travel abroad on medical grounds. Saxena is an approver in a money laundering case related to the AgustaWestland chopper scam. The ED mentioned the matter before a bench comprising Justices Sanjeev Khanna and B.R. Gavai. The Delhi High Court had earlier this month allowed Saxena to go abroad for treatment for blood cancer and other ailments. Saxena, a director of two Dubai-based firms, UHY Saxena and Matrix Holdings, was one of the accused named in the charge sheet filed by the ED in the 3,600 crore rupee AgustaWestland scam. The Bahujan Samaj Party, BSP, has decided to contest all elections in future alone. After meeting her party workers in Lucknow yesterday, BSP chief Mayawati today said in a tweet that the behavior of Samajwadi Party SP after the recent Lok Sabha elections was the reason behind her decision. She said the move will benefit her party. Ms. Mayawati said the BSP made an alliance with SP even after the anti-Dalit policies and poor law and order situation during the Akhilesh Yadav regime. Air Force Chief B.S. Dhanoa has said AN-32 aircraft will continue to fly in mountainous areas till the Air Force finds a replacement. An AN-32 aircraft had crashed recently in Arunachal Pradesh, killing all 13 people on board. Addressing a seminar in Gwalior today, the Air Chief Marshal said the Indian Air Force is in the process of getting more modern aircraft, which will be put in a critical role once received. On the Balakot air strike, the Air Force Chief said after Balakot, Pakistan Air Force did not enter the Indian airspace.
हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव बालाकोट में स्ट्राइक करने का था, जो हम अचीव कर चुके हैं. उनका ऑब्जेक्टिव हमारे आर्मी के ठिकानों पे स्ट्राइक करने का था, वो नहीं कर सके. दैट इज द बॉटम लाइन. वी अचीव्ड अ मिलिट्री ऑब्जेक्टिव, दे डिड नॉट अचीव देयर मिलिट्री ऑब्जेक्टिव, एंड नन ऑफ देम क्रॉस्ड द लाइन ऑफ कंट्रोल इनटू आवर टेरिटरी.
Our correspondent reports that the seminar was conducted to commemorate the 20-year anniversary of Indian Air Force strike on Tiger Hill during Kargil operations in 1999. During the event, Mirage 2000 fighter jets participated in the recreation of Tiger Hill attack during the war. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar today said the revolution in the passport services in the last 5 years will continue to be accorded high priority. Addressing a function to celebrate the 7th Passport Seva Divas in New Delhi, Dr. Jaishankar said his ministry will continue to focus on proactive outreach and further simplification of the rules and processes for issuing passport without compromising on legitimate security concerns. He said various initiatives have been taken by the ministry leading to a visible change in the delivery mechanism of passport services to the people.
The common man or woman of the country now has a passport seva center near his or her residence and is not required to travel too far to submit their passport applications. The partnership between MEA and the Department of Post is indeed a wonderful example of the best practices in citizen-centric governance.
The day is celebrated every year to commemorate the enactment of Passports Act on 24th of June 1967. A team of women peacekeepers from India has assumed duties in the UN mission in Congo with a focus on working with women and children worst affected by conflict. The female engagement team from India, comprising nearly 20 women peacekeepers, began its deployment with the United Nations Organization Stabilization Mission in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, also known as MONUSCO, considered one of the most challenging peacekeeping missions under the UN flag. RBI Deputy Governor Veeralacharya has submitted his resignation 6 months before the scheduled end of his term. He was in charge of the Monetary Policy Department. In a statement, the Apex Bank today said Dr. Acharya submitted a letter to the RBI informing that due to unavoidable personal circumstances, he is unable to continue his term. The RBI said consequential action arising from his letter is under consideration of the competent authority. Dr. Acharya, a New York University economics professor, was appointed for 3 years. He had joined the central bank in January 2017. RBI is now left with 3 deputy governors, N.S. Vishwanathan, B.P. Kanungo and M.K. Jain. National Livelihood Mission is providing employment to the needy women in Bareilly district of Uttar Pradesh, and it has now given a chance to children of primary schools in the district to wear handmade uniforms. We have a report on this from our correspondent.
In Bareilly district, children of primary schools are going to wear handmade uniforms made by women of self-help groups instead of factory-made uniforms. Administration has taken a new initiative and handed over the contract to women of self-help groups. These women will get 300 rupees for stitching one uniform. This initiative has provided employment to the women, and students are also going to get well-stitched uniforms.
मेरा नाम रुखसार है. My name is Rukhsar. I am associated with Tabassum Women's Self-Help Group. We stitch uniforms for government schools. This job helps us meet our daily needs. सब कुछ चला सकते हैं.
Women of these self-help groups are nowadays working day and night to complete their orders of uniforms. Till now, a total of 35 self-help groups are involved in this process, and contract to provide 1 lakh school uniforms have given to them. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
In the ICC Cricket World Cup, Bangladesh will take on Afghanistan in their 7th round-robin match at Southampton this afternoon. The match will begin at 3 p.m. Indian Standard Time. All India Radio will broadcast live commentary on the game. It can be heard on DTH, Hindi and additional frequencies from 2:30 p.m. onwards. Many parts of north and central Gujarat have received moderate to heavy rain in the last 24 hours. Official sources said 66 talukas of 19 districts have experienced moderate to heavy rain. Katlal Taluka in Kheda district has received a maximum of 75 mm rain, while Ahmedabad city received 25 mm rain. Local weather office has predicted more rains in south and north Gujarat today. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. 3 bills, including one on Aadhar, tabled in Lok Sabha. Both Houses of Parliament take up motion of thanks on President's address. Supreme Court seeks response from Centre and Bihar government on issue of encephalitis deaths in Muzaffarpur. BSP to contest all elections in future alone, announces party chief Mayawati. Indian Air Force to continue flying AN-32 aircraft in mountainous areas. And in ICC Cricket World Cup, Bangladesh to take on Afghanistan at Southampton in a short while from now. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.org. And with that, we end the Midday News.